good night. Good evening. Namaste. How are you? Pahadi David from the Nepali Himalayas, central Nepal, south of Kathmandu. How are you? Are you fine? Good, good. Just getting organized here. Just getting organized. We're starting 25 minutes late. It was raining. I thought, let's stop. Wait, rain stops, you know? That's it. Stella, glorious. Free sweets for you by mail. Oh, और क्या हाल है सब ठीक ठाक है शाबाश Gloria Stella lone survivor yeah it was raining a little and I thought in my room let's wait until the rain stops, you know. How are you there, Stella? Just getting organized here. Yeah, it's the first week of August now, so after 6 p.m. it gets a little cool, you know, not cold. Up here at 8,000 feet, the cold means like from middle of November, you know, middle of November till middle of March, that's the cold season. Especially December, January, February is the heart of winter. More or less December 1st to middle of March, like that. No, this is the, yeah, it is quite nice, isn't it? No, this is the small dining room in the Darman View Tower. Last night, for the first time, I live streamed from the Darman View Tower. On Wednesday morning, I'll be moving in here for 3.5 months. You know, that's the main dining room, the main restaurant. Outside restaurant when it's not cold. And this is the Darman View Tower. This is about 70 years old, I believe. This was built in the mid-1950s when the Indian government, Indian Army, they made a big donation to Nepal and they built one road. They built one road from just the other side of the border, Rakshol Motihari, Bihar, through Birganj and through Darman to Kathmandu, about 120 kilometers like that. They built the road at the Indian government cost, you know. It's just finishing raining at this time. There we are. There we are. Where's my bottle of water? Must have my drinking water. Where is it? Hey. Bosnus, Hajur, Bosnus. Ah, there we are. Darman View Tower. That, no messages. 2-3 times a week in the Darman View Tower here in Nepal. I have my very nice lunch here, just sitting here. Yeah, looking out at the tower here. Hi there, CJ. How are you? Fine? Good, good. Oh, well, there are 2 viewers now. Gloria Stella, AK Lone Survivor, after the nuclear war, and then CJ from Holdwani. Wow. Yeah, it looks different than the big city, doesn't it? It looks much, much different than the big city, the big smoke. Yes, much different. Much different. Oh, kya hal hai? Sab theek thak hai? Shabash. This is the small inside dining room in the Darman View Tower. I was here last night, first time live streaming, yeah. They're out just nearby the main dining room, and you can see outside the outside dining area also, you know. Yes, direct broadcast from Diamond View Tower. Hello, 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 Hindustan. Hello, Hindustan. Koi hai, mai kalal koi hai, jinda. Shabash. Everything is fine. Shabash. Wow, wow, wow. Well, it's Saturday night. Saturday night at the movies. Who knows what picture we'll see? On a blanket with my lover, that's where I want to be. Oh, Saturday night at the movies. Hi there, Pat. How are you? Saturday night at the movies. Who knows what picture we'll see? On a blanket with my baby, that's where I wanna be. Oh, Saturday night at the movies. Who knows what picture we'll see? That's right, who knows what picture we'll see, hey? Wow, wow, wow. Now, on old Putt, I know you're there. You're viewing from down under there, looking at your lovely, handsome old friend, David Alexander Langstone, hey? Yeah, in 4 days I'll be living here. I'll be moving in here just for another $2 a day. That's all. I've made a very, very good arrangement with the management here. Hi, Anolpat. I know you're watching. Hey, David Livingstone. Yeah, David Livingstone from the heart of the Himalayas, not the heart of Africa. Ah, David Livingstone. Living Stone. Wow. Do 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 do. 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 Now, let's see who comes tonight. Maybe Narendra Modi will come on to the live stream tonight. I understand he's not busy this weekend, Narendra. He's having the full weekend off, so maybe he'll come and have a talk, sing a couple of Hindi film songs, you know. Hi, Nightingale. Florence Nightingale. Retired Florence Nightingale. Wow, wow, wow. The Beatles, the greatest group ever. Yesterday, all my troubles seem so far away. Now it look. Oh, I forget the words. Yesterday, all my troubles seem so far away. Now it looks as though they're here to stay. Oh, I believe in. Suddenly, I'm singing this to you, Nightingale, on old putt. I'm not half the man I used to be. There's a shadow hanging over me. Oh, I believe in yesterday. Why she had to go, I don't know. She wouldn't say. I said, somehow I long for yesterday, yesterday. Ah, do, 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 do. I think your incognito status has been busted on old putt, Florence Nightingale. Your incognito status is now known to 3 or even 4 people. We're coming round there to visit you. Yeah. Now, you can understand every word. Yes, yeah. It's nice that we're speaking a common language on old putt, like a nightingale, isn't it? Yes. How about this one? Another great Beatles song. If you don't know this one, it's called Back in the USSR. Back in the USSR. Before they had the name change and system change to Russia. A great, one of the greatest rock songs. You can have a look on YouTube or Google, Back in the USSR, original version, The Beatles. 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 Um, um, no, it's not a mountain song, David. You don't need to put your hand up against the ear there. Been away so long I hardly knew the place. Gee, it's good to be back home. Wait until tomorrow to unpack my case. Daddy, disconnect the phone. I'm back in the USSR. Do. You don't know how lucky you are, boy. Back in the back in the USSR. Do. The Ukraine girls really knock me out. They leave the West behind. The Moscow girls will really sing and shout. And Georgia's always on my mind. Take me to your Take me to your daddy's farm. Do. Let me hear your balalaikas ringing out. Daddy, disconnect the phone. I'm back in the USSR. Don't know how lucky you are, boy. Back in the back in the USSR. It's a great song. Have a look at it on Google or YouTube. Back in the Back in the USSR by the Beatles. Beatles. This was a very controversial song at the time, about 1969, because just then the USSR was going under some radical changes under President Gorbachev, remember? Trying to bring in more a capitalistic country. more social freedom, less communism. They were just recovering from the the rule of the president, the alcoholic president Boris Yeltsin, you see, and yeah, back in the USSR, yeah, and they were just recovering from the alcoholic years of the president Boris Yeltsin, and so the USSR was going under some great changes. And it was also a very cheeky, rather rude song from the Beatles. It was saying like, yeah, I've been away from the USSR for some years, I've just come back. Um, and look at it now, you know, it's starting to change, and the girls from Georgia, the Ukraine girls really knock me out. They leave the West behind. The Moscow girls really sing and shout, and Georgia's always on my mind. Yeah, a great song, rocking song. Please have a look at it. But to get the full enjoyment from it, you must put your headphones on. Put your headphones, Bluetooth headphone, earbuds, whatever. Put them on and play it really loud, you know. CJ Singer, can you tell us any funny incident in my life? Yeah, do you remember that Nightingale, do you? Oh, great song. With headphones, loud. Yeah. The unique thing about the Beatles was that no two songs sounded the same. No two songs sounded the same. This was completely unusual for a rock group, a pop group, who maintained themselves over about 9 years, 8 years, like that. Yeah. One of my most favourite Beatles songs is one like, because as you probably know, the Beatles visited India a couple of times. They stayed in one ashram of the Mahesh Maharishi yogi, yeah, Mahesh Maharishi. They stayed near the Himalayas, and they had and then George Harrison started to learn the Indian sitar, the instrument, the sitar. And one of their most incredible songs, completely different from all the others, please have a look on YouTube, was called Within You, Without You. Within You, Without You. This is a magical, mystical song, Within You, Without You. Some of the words are, some people never see their inside life. Some people never see their inside life. It was a very spiritual song. Yeah, Within You, Without You. Have a look at that on YouTube, or download it from Google. Yeah, no two songs of the Beatles sounded the same. They were remarkable. All right, CJ Singer, a funny incident. I'm trying to think of a funny incident. All right then, let's see, yes. And anybody coming onto the live stream for the first time, Himalayan greeting, namaste and swagatam. Swagatam just means welcome. I'm Pahadi David. My background briefly, to cut a long story short, because I know I only look about 49 years of age. Yeah, I know I only look 49 years of age. Um, Actually, I'm 76, no smoking, and no drinking alcohol. That's just me. Um, and my YouTube name is and Facebook name is Pahadi David. Um, Over in this part of the world, in the Himalayas, Pahari means mountain. I call myself Mountain David because coming and going over many decades, I've spent half of my lifetime living in these great Himalayas in Nepal and India, mostly India. I was born originally in England. When I was 11, we put well behind us and we migrated to Australia and I lived there from 11 to 23. I'm now a retired nurse and currently here in Daman. Daman, D-A-M-A-N. There are other Damans in Asia, but this is Daman in central Nepal, about 8,000 feet up. And we're approaching the halfway mark in the southwest monsoon. But so far the monsoon has 70% failed at the moment here in Nepal. Oh, some of the words from Within You, Without You. This is a very different tune. I'll try to remember some of the words. This was a very meditational, looking inside song. We were talking about the space between us all and the people who spend their lives under an illusion they don't know, they can't see. We are one of them. You're talking about everybody is joined together. Everybody is joined together, humanity, nature, the universe, what we call in common language God, yeah? All these things are interconnected, interacting together. And but between some people there's a big space. And then they're saying in the song, the Beatles song, Within You, Without You, try to look within yourself. Try to look within yourself. No one else can make you change. Like that, yeah? Beautiful song, Within You, Without You. Glorious. Glorious. I first came to India in early summertime 1977. I took a ship from Western Australia through Penang, Malaysia to India. As I remember, it was the same ship, about a 1 week, 8-day trip, 8 or 9-day trip, as I remember, and it was the company was called the Shipping Corporation of India, SCI. Yeah, we left Western Australia near Perth, then one night in Penang, West Malaysia, and then arrived in a very small port south of then Madras, right, Chennai. And this was very early April 1977. Of course, that was in South India, getting near the tropics, right? The tropics, very hot and very humid already. It was already 33, 34 degrees C every day. So I just stayed continuously under the hotel room, under the fan in the hotel room. I went out 3 or 4 times a day, nearby hotel, eating cold food and drinking lassi. And I thought, well, I'm here at the beginning of this stay in India. At that time, there was no need for a visa in India. For British Commonwealth citizens, there was no need for a visa in India. So I looked in the newspaper every day. I knew there were a couple of hill resorts in South India, 7 or 8,000 feet high. Hi there, Anita. Namaste. How are you? Anita, what does it mean when you introduce yourself every evening and it comes up against your name Game, Game? What does that mean? So, very first visit in South Asia, April 1977, just south of Madras, right? And I thought, I've got to escape up into the hills. And I saw Uttakamund, the queen of the hill stations in height, 8,000 feet. And I asked people and they said, don't go to Uttakamund, it's too touristy. Go to Kodai Kanal, 7,000 feet, just south of Uttakamund. These are in the hills in the south of India, on the western side there. So I took a couple of buses. I stayed one night in Madurai. You Indians know very well Madurai, South India, the famous Meenakshi Vishnu temple, very beautiful temple. I stayed there one night and it was getting hotter, and very humid, very sticky, still early summertime. So then I took a bus 72 kilometres northwest and it climbed up into the hills. Beautiful relief. I stayed in Kodai Kanal, the second highest hill station in South India, for 3 months. I loved that place. I loved it. And it's alongside a lake there, Kodai Kanal. I think it was still in Tamil Nadu state. They were speaking Tamil. Tamil, perhaps, is the world's oldest continuously spoken language, going back 2,600 years, confirmed. The oldest continuously spoken language on the planet. And that Kodai Kanal was a lovely place, 7,000 feet. When you went inside, it was a little bit cooler. And I stayed there 3 months. It was situated alongside a lake. And right in front of Kodai Kanal, you could see everywhere was a hill, a little bit higher, like 7,500 feet high, looking like this shape, exactly like an axe shape. And as you know, sometimes around the world, when you see a big axe-shaped hill, it means that previously it was a volcano. About this one, I don't know. So I think the name of that hill is called Perumal, I think. I climbed up there 2 times. You could get a bus along the motor road, then you could climb up 45 minutes above the hill. It was very hot and humid, but not so much at that height. And I remember climbing up that hill, the last 25 minutes was very, very steep, very steep. You felt you would fall 2,000 feet down straight down, but actually no. And finally you reached the top and it was just like a flat table on the top, And near the top were a couple of small villages. This is 50 years ago, my first visit in India. And a couple of local people who lived in that area of that big hill, they spoke English and they told me that night time they had to be a little bit careful going outside because it was still fairly thick forest and occasionally they would have tigers wandering around. Tigers, this is South India. But more often they would see leopards. They'd see leopards sometimes at night there, looking for dogs sleeping outside, looking for a goat or a sheep or a small cow who had got lost and had not returned home at night, you know, like that. Yeah, that was my first time in India. And I stayed, and I remember the South Indian food. Nothing personal, nothing personal against the North Indian food, but I definitely found out later that the South Indian food, there was more variety in the food than in North India. More variety. The South Indians at that time used their imagination more about preparing food. They used their imagination more about preparing food. And especially I love these bean paste, made from bean paste. Were they called vadai? Vadai, something maybe you people know. And they were beautiful. You'd have several of those. You'd dip them into the bean soup, vegetable, and at that time I was a meat eater, but just once or twice a week, you know. I love the South Indian food very, very much. I stayed the full 3 months there, and then April, May, June. Then July, of course, the monsoon was setting in from the south, coming up from the south, going up to the north, right? So I thought, oh, let's leave here now. So after Kodaikanal, I took a tourist bus between South India and Sri Lanka. This was early monsoon time, 1977. And I stayed mostly in the mountains of Sri Lanka, South Sri Lanka, the big hills of Sri Lanka, for 2 months. I like Sri Lanka very much. I'll probably be returning to Sri Lanka for the first time after 50 years when my Nepali visa finishes in late November. CJ Singer, no, we in this small village, I think a couple of shopkeepers and people get Nepali newspapers here. I know fairly well. The script is the same as Hindi, but I can't understand so much of the language, you know. Down below in the market town, they may or may not be selling English newspapers. Probably not. No, I never visited Pondicherry, Puducherry. Yes, Anita, the South Indian food, very tasty. And the South Indian cooks, public and private, they've got more imagination. They've got more imagination about the food that they prepare. I'm happy with North Indian food, but South Indian food definitely has more variety, definitely. And the amount of lassi and curd that they eat there and drink there during summertime is amazing to keep them full, yes? That's it, vada, Stella, vada. I love that very much. South India, on that visit, I just knew Nagapattinam, a port south of now called Chennai, and I know Madurai, and I knew Kodaikanal, and just the southern tip of India. You know where you Kanyakumari, and then to the east of that, where you get the tourist boat across to Sri Lanka. Only those 4 places I know. When I came back from Sri Lanka, mid-monsoon, 1977, I took a train from South India directly up to Delhi and then Darjeeling. So they are the only places I know in South India, you know. Yes, yes. Sri Lanka, one of, well, 50 years ago, it was definitely and probably still is one of the planet's most beautiful small islands. But when you arrive there, you travel around, you can spend a couple of months there easily, you know. And mostly Sinhala culture, Dravidian culture, no doubt Dravidian culture. And the experts say that, well, listen to this. Do you remember in history going back 30, 40, 50 years before, the LTTE movement of Sri Lanka? The LTTE movement, initially they were asking peacefully for more independence, more freedom, more voice for the Tamil people. And in short, they called themselves the Liberation Tamil Tigers of Elam, double E-L-A-M. Later they turned into a pure terrorist group, of course, because the government wasn't listening to their requests. Now they don't exist. But they called themselves the Liberation Tamil Tigers of Elam. And Elam, it's proved in history, was a definite region in the south of Iran, bordering Iraq, alongside the ocean. And that appears to be the original homeland of the Tamils. The Tamils, everybody knows the Tamil language, and the Tamil appearance is Dravidian, very, very dark-skinned, Dravidian Tamil, right? And that was their original homeland. We're talking about the old history of Sumeria. Yeah, Sumeria. The Sumerian language now is not spoken, but the Sumerian language, very, very early, they lived in southern Iraq, southern Iran, in the old country called Elam. And the name of their capital was called Susa. The capital of their country was called Susa. And these are proven historical facts. And that's right, Gloria Stella, Prabhakaran, that's right. He was killed towards the end of the history of the LTE, that's right. Very, very clever man, very clever. But in the end he failed. Perhaps the Tamil people have more of a voice now, I don't know. But I'm going to revisit Sri Lanka almost definitely at the end of November there. And unusually, Sri Lanka offers the tourist a possibility with extensions to the visa of a 9-month stay. It's highly unusual, at least in South Asia or Southeast Asia, highly unusual for any country in this part of the world to offer a tourist with extensions a 9-month continuous stay inside the country. 9 months. Yes. You people probably, you people here in South Asia, especially if you're Hindu or Buddhist, you would know the name Sumeru Parbat. And this was the origins of many South Asians was Sumeria. Pre-Hindu, Hindu and all that, right? So the great teachers, yogis, rishi of several thousand years ago kept alive the old cultural, linguistic and racial connection of you people in South Asia, quite a lot of you, originated from Sumeria. You can imagine maybe several thousand years ago, for this or that reason, maybe too much population then, people moved out of Sumeria, moved east, you see, into South Asia. This is proved. And you can see yourself that, you know that, as it's almost sure that Tamils originally came from southern Sumeria, then they moved east into the Indian subcontinent, the Indian subcontinent, obviously. Big Dravidian influence in South India, you can see that, especially in Tamil Nadu, you know. And obviously they moved down to Sri Lanka, Tamils, that's right. The Sinhalese culture seems to me to be lighter skinned, perhaps racially from different area, perhaps. Sinhalese. Can I use the word Aryan? That's right, yeah. What I'm saying is what I'm sure of, but now I'll stop because I'm not an expert. Yeah, Sumerians are a rather unknown, undiscovered history, race, ethnic, linguistic. Oh, listen to this. Yeah, the Sumerians. They, for example, well, I mean, Sumeru Parbat. Sumeru is not an unusual name, right, in South Asia. In Nepal, an expert told me that Sumeru Parbat, Sumeru Mountain, is represented in the West Nepali major peak of Dhaulagiri. Dhaulagiri Himal is understood by Nepals who understand their history, who understand their past, their ancestors, where they came from. They represent Dhaulagiri as Sumeru Parbat. Now, listen to this. If I supposed you already, don't take my word for it, I'm not an expert on it, but as an old traveller, I picked up a bit of knowledge here and there, you know. And you South Asian people may well be interested to look on Google and YouTube, look at from the mouths and writing of the experts, the linguistic experts, migrational experts, ethnic experts, experts on race, ethnicity. Look under their teachings on the internet, and you may be surprised to see that. A 50% at least of your lovely old Sanskrit language comes from Sumerian. Hi there, Daisy. I don't know, have you just arrived? Because we're talking about the definite, confirmed, proven link between your South Asian cultures and Sumer, one of the world's very oldest civilizations. But remember, several thousand, 5, 6, 7,000 years ago, there were occurring at that time other, probably contemporary at the same time civilizations, also very old as Sumeria, possibly Egypt, Central America, perhaps old civilizations in Europe, the Yellow River civilization in China, right? And who knows how old the original so-called Indian civilizations are. Mohenjo-Daro and Harappa and those, who knows? So possibly 5, 6, 7,000 years ago, these different civilizations existed at the same time, you know? We may never know the story. The experts on Sanskrit say that 50% of your lovely old Sanskrit language directly developed from Sumeria. Yeah, we Europeans called Sumeria Mesopotamia. Mesopotamia, between the two rivers. They have two very great rivers in Iran and Iraq. You know, the Tigris River and the Euphrates River, both Europeanized names. And these experts say that the 50% at least of the old Sanskrit language comes directly from Sumerian language. The other 50% of the old Sanskrit language, the experts say, comes from north of Sumeria, where the original Aryan people originated, around the Caucasus Mountains. The Caucasus Mountains, a big barrier between Europe and Asia. This is just common knowledge. I'm no expert on it, and people who know a little bit about history know this already. You can get all this information and much, much more from the mouths of true history and linguistic experts on the internet. Yeah, Sanskrit, they say. When people are looking at this with an open mind, not looking from the point of view that Sanskrit is the mother of all languages in the world. Sanskrit is hundreds of thousands of years old, and was the mother language of all languages on the planet. That's absolutely impossible. There is no link whatsoever between the hundreds and hundreds of African languages and Sanskrit. There is no link at all between the original North and South and Central American languages and Sanskrit, etc., etc. So if you look at it with an open mind, you can discover, and very lastly on this, so far, the oldest hard copy, physical proof of Sanskrit language was found in Syria. Yeah, Syria has provided so far the oldest written, hard copy, physical evidence of Sanskrit language. As I understand, pre-Devanagari. Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? But if you tell this to these Hindutva people, they would immediately close their minds to what I've just said in the last few minutes. You can get much, much more information on the internet now on these subjects, much more. Believe me, Sanskrit, the lovely old Sanskrit language, was definitely not the mother of all languages on the planet. Impossible. Oh, Daisy, you're having a nice tour there from the balcony viewing the green Aravalli. Are you there with your wife? Since the morning, Sariska area, I see. No tigers, just langurs, peacocks, jackals, wild boar. Very nice, beautiful. Gloria Stella says he or she wants wild boar on the dining table. Wow. Daisy says some wild boar are more powerful than tigers. Yeah, it's hard to believe, isn't it? Wow. Daisy Chana again says, David, all questions are hidden in our unconscious minds. Please tell me. Oh, well, let me think about that one, Daisy Chana. I'm no expert on that subject, but I'll do my best to give you an answer. That's right, Gloria Stella. Direct trade between Mesopotamia and Indus civilization. Definitely, definitely. Daisy Chun is saying something very true here. The Western gods are your Eastern demons, and your Eastern demons are our gods. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, you're all there together with your family, of course, of course. Excuse me. I thought maybe you are a solitary traveller sometimes. Oh, oh, oh. Just turn the camera away from here a moment, yeah? Desi Chana Kabuli Chana says, all of your answers are in the above statement. David, your gods are our demons, and our demons are your gods. Yeah, the great psychoanalysts and that, like Carl Jung, you know Carl Jung, and Sigmund Freud, sexy Sigmund Freud, sexy Sigmund Freud, they both say that there is a sort of a collective subconsciousness in humanity, and all past events and history are hidden in our subconscious. Subconscious, yeah. Yeah, well, it's in the rain at the moment. Gloria Stella's saying, Daisy Chana, give some God's names as examples. Well, I mean, we all know the names, the thousands of names of Indian gods and goddesses. How many are there? Gloria Stella says all problems are related to sex, according to Sigmund Freud. He certainly was a great expert on it. He spent all of his life studying that, and Daisy Chana says to Stella, he, Daisy, is a good being because what is hidden in the unconscious mind or the subconscious mind can't be heard by present society. I'd say most people are not able to access it. Partly because of time. Most of us spend most of our lives surviving, don't we? Working, bringing up families. Yes, because of distortions in the human personality. Not connecting enough with our inside life. Not connecting enough with our inside consciousness. Many reasons. Wow. Yes. Desi Chana, the king of Kabuli Chana, the king of Kabuli Chana cooked with milk, says, This whole humanity is unnatural. This whole of humanity is unnatural. Everybody's unnatural, says Desi Chana. There is not one natural human on the whole planet. All right, and welcome to anybody, Himalayan welcome, namaste and swagatam. Swagatam, welcome to you. If you're coming for the first time, I know there are 20 or 30 other people who are viewing, but they're not texting. So if you like, why not send us a text, send us a message saying hello. Most viewers on this live stream come from North India. Most of us, and most of us speak Hindi, as well as 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 other languages also. And so that's the background of this live stream. I'm Pahadi David. Pahadi David just means mountain David. Pahadi means mountain in these Himalayan languages. I call myself Pahadi mountain because coming and going from Australia, I've lived half of my lifetime in total in the Himalayas, in the Great Himalayas. So I consider myself a permanent resident of the Himalayas. And I was originally born in England, but my family, we left England. We left England completely. Read between my words. When I was 11, and from 11 to 23, I lived continuously in Australia. I studied as a nurse. Now I'm a retired registered nurse. Retired. I'm now a more or less young 76. I can still walk on my own. I can still attend to myself in the bathroom. I can still eat. I can still feed myself. I can still dress and bath myself also at 76. And so I'm still quite healthy. 1 or 2 small body aches and pains. But generally my memory's not too bad. And I'm interested in a number of other languages and things like that. And I'm currently in central Nepal, a place, don't be confused, this is Nepal Daman, D-A-M-A-N, 75 kilometres south of Kathmandu, on the main road going south to Bihar state, India. Please tap 2 times on the screen if you like. If you don't like this live stream, that's your choice. If you don't like the look of my face, if you don't like the sound of my voice, if there's something you don't like about me, something that irritates you, you know where you can go, don't you? You know where you can go. No, seriously, please, if you can, tell your social circle about this live stream. Holy Jesus! Is this the original Zarathustra? No, I don't believe it. Now, don't just come and go, man. People from all around the world have been waiting for you to come back the second time. Zarathustra. Hey, Babri Bab, Mera Mara Sarabi Bab. Hey, just excuse me. Let me catch my breath. Daisy? Stella? Have you fallen to the ground in surprise? Holy moly. Phew. Holy Jesus. Next time, please contact me before you show your name on the screen, would you? Down under, are you seeing the name Zarathustra there? This is unbelievable. Hey, where are my glasses? Where are my glasses? Yeah, where are my glasses? I left them in my room. Oh, gee. Zarathustra, excuse me. Oh, howdy, everybody. After weeks of being away, he just says, howdy, everybody. Ah, nice to see your name again, Zarathustra. Back with a powerful one. You're the powerful one. I'm your disciple, man. I'm just standing in your shade. And now, if anybody's thinking, why is David talking like this, as if a great power from outside the universe somewhere and has just come a little unknown live stream? Now, Zara, it must be Saturday night, is it? Holy moly. Zarathustra says, the emancipation of mankind begins when human beings cease to be subjects of circumstance and become masters of their own destiny. Now, Onolput, do you like that message? Onolput from down under? Do you or do you not like that message? Is that sensible or not? And become masters of their own destiny. Wah. You've arrived really big bang. You've arrived with a really big bang, talking in language which even a common person like myself can understand. Wah. Zarathustra. Now, Zarathustra, his sense of humour is firing on all cylinders tonight. Listen to this, and I'll read it. Am I allowed to say fart on international live stream? Am I allowed to say fart? I hope none of you are very, very sensitive, touchy people if I say the word fart. Ooh. When the great Lord passes, the wise peasant bows deeply and silently farts. Rings a bell? Oh, definitely. Thanks, Nightingale, you're analysing. Look. So far, Nightingale, even I can understand the words of the Master, okay? Even I can understand the words of the Master. So, if I can understand, everybody can understand, okay? Zarathustra. Now get that right. Thustra. That's TH number one, like thank you, thing, and Thursday, right? Wow, good to see you all, my friends from all parts of the world. Suddenly, I can see on the top there are 9,200 viewers have suddenly come onto the live stream, Zara. Wow. No, a Nightingale currently is analysing. Give her a couple of minutes and then she'll make the decision whether to analyse only without judgment or to judge. That's her choice. Let me catch my breath. Yeah, Zara came back briefly a couple of weeks ago. He said he's been very busy continuously for a long time, but because it's Saturday night at the movies, who knows what picture we'll see? On a blanket with Zarathustra. Wow. Nightingale says, nothing wrong with that word. Well, you're a retired nurse, so it wouldn't worry you. That's right, farting, flatulating. Gloria Stella says, saying, sorry. Why are you sorry, Glorious? Why are you sorry? Have you just committed a major crime or something? Don't be sorry. Have you just committed a major crime or something? Why are you being so? Now Zarathustra is saying very, very nicely. I only happen to visit David's live streams for the love of this man. At least somebody loves me. At least somebody still loves me. I've made many, many mistakes. I've made thousands of mistakes. Thousands. And I forget every one of them. No, now, listen. Now, Zara, no Nagila intensifies for this one. I think I understand what you mean. One of the world's greatest tunes, Nagila. One of the world's greatest tunes, Nagila. Do 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 do.
Oh, Guruji, live hununcha tapai.
Namaste. How are you? This is my great young cook, Vivek.
Yes.
Nepali Vivek, who cooks the best food in Daman. He's helping to keep me alive. Say something in Hindi or English. They're mostly from North India. The viewers are from North India, as you like.
Okay. तो कृपया हम लोग अभी बैठे हुए दामन में सर आए हुए हैं आज ये विजिटिंग करने के लिए अच्छा प्लेस है
Shabash, Daman View Tower.
दामन व्यू टावर खाने के लिए भी अच्छा मिलेगा
Shabash.
ऐसे ही है
आप आइए और आपके लिए विवेक जरूर कुछ बन जाएंगे बहुत चटपट खाना बन जाएगा
बहुत चटपट खाना नहीं बहुत अच्छा बना के देंगे आइए सब
Shabash. Good job. Wow. Just, excuse me, just play a little bit.
Okay, done.
Thank you. 6 inches open for fresh air. That's it, beautiful. Thanks, Vivek. Do 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 Anolpat in Down Under there. This is one of the greatest film songs and films ever produced from India. It's called Nagila. Nag means snake, you see, all about the cobra and the power of the cobra and everything like that, you know? Hey, wow. Has the live stream come more alive since the master arrived from Mumbai? And listen, Zara, believe me, I am in charge of the master controls here. If anybody here even thinks about insulting you, if they even think about it, I've got a super thinking about insult sensor on here. I'm the first person in the world to have this thinking about insulting another person sensor. And believe me, they won't even get near you, Zarathustra, okay? Good. Believe me, you're in no danger. Nobody can even think about insulting you or even disagreeing with you, okay? Good. Now, and Anolpa, keep your open mind about my attitude towards Zarathustra, okay? Keep your mind open about it. And now what's this? Zara's saying, Ramrocha, are you fine? All right, I'll relay that message to the chef, okay? Singer, do you have dried fruits here like badam, almonds, mungpali, peanuts, raisins? Oh yeah, we have all that in the market town 10 kilometres below, but not everybody can afford that, you know? Ragi biscuit, yes. I'm waiting for a second shipment to come, ragi biscuits. They're not 100% pure. They're about 75% pure, and they're not bad. A new product in Nepal, Glorious. Nightingale, can Vivek cook gold cottage pie? Well, if you want to send over the ingredients from Australia, of gold cottage pie. We'll cook it up and eat it. Yeah. So he's cooking some evening meal here, Zara. I'll try and get him later, okay? Zara, Havanagila. Yeah, I know a little bit about Havanagila. Now, I'm referring to the Bollywood song Nagila, that tune, that tune. Oh yes, CJ. Don't be surprised. A good number of Nepalis do know some Hindi at least. Some speak very good Hindi. Since many years in Nepal, Hindi film videos and songs have been very popular. Very popular. Yeah. Glorious. I couldn't bring my truckload of ragi biscuits from India. They wouldn't let them across the border. But I can get some here and just waiting for them to be delivered, you know. Yeah, I know a little bit about Havana. This is a lovely old Jewish folk song. How did I learn some of this? Nagila hava, Nagila hava, Nagila venismaha. Hava, Nagila hava, Nagila hava, Nagila venishmaha. Havana ranana, Havana ranana, Havana ranana, da 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 da. Havana ranana, Havana ranana, Havana ranana, venismaha. Hi, hi. Hi, 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 do, 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 do. Many years ago, Zarathustra, I had a relationship with a Jewish girl, yeah, and she taught me that song. She taught me a couple of other things too. Now, you're a privileged man, it says. Yes, Zara, you are. You are. Nightingale, have a dream, have a dream, have a dream. Wow, 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 wow. I see, Nightingale. Gold cottage pie is just minced beef, topped with mashed potato, cheese on top, and baked till cooked. Sounds good. I'll never be eating that in Nepal. Zarathustra. Nepal shares a civilizational tie with India, definitely, since Nepali is also an Indo-Aryan language. Mother is the same, Sanskrit, yeah? Loan words here and there, that's right, yeah. Wah, mazedar. It's lovely to have you back after a long time, Zara. Don't go anywhere. Yes. Now, Daisy Chan is sitting back. Daisy Chan is sitting back there. Are you cooking yourself there in Sariska, the Aravali, or are you eating in the restaurant? How's the food there, Daisy? How's the food there? You're listening to one of the hearts of the Jewish culture. Zareth feels that Stella is a psychology major. Yeah, I felt that too. Yes. Now, if there are any people... Oh, that's it. me on this Hindi or Nepali, or you also speak some Indian Himalayan mountain language using Devanagari script, please look on this same channel, Pahadi David channel. Please look on this channel, look on my videos, scroll right down to the last videos, and you'll see 15 English learning videos which I prepared myself, obviously speaking in English, discussing some difficult English spellings and pronunciations. And if you do use the Devanagari script, Devanagari Lipi, with which I'm fully familiar with in regards explaining English pronunciation, have a look at those and they may benefit you, okay? This is where DES, Devanagari English System, is where we, not many people unfortunately, but where we use the perfectly constructed Devanagari script to write English words, which is possible for about 90% of the English language. Why can't we write 100% of English language into Devanagari? Obviously because of three sounds of English sounds which you just don't have. Three English sounds which you don't have in Devanagari languages. They are TH number 1, thank you, Thursday thing, TH number 1, and TH number 2, other, brother, other, and the sound, like were, cur, sir, fur, journey, lur, and three other sounds which I don't remember at the moment. And fourthly, that they're three sounds that you don't have in Devanagari languages, right? You don't have in your mouth or your tongue. So they cannot be written from English into Devanagari script. And fourthly, to cut a long story short, the air sound in English, the air sound like hair, wear, stare, fair, mare, cannot be written exactly into Devanagari English. So there you are in short. Otherwise, people who know how to write in Devanagari English system know that we can write about 90 or 92% of the English language can be written correctly, absolutely correctly, using Devanagari script. So please have a look on my English learning videos, scroll right down to the very, very end there, and you'll see my 15 English learning videos which I prepared, especially aimed at people who speak an Indo-Aryan language using Devanagari script, Hindi, Nepali, play around with Sanskrit language, or speak an Indian Himalayan mountain language. You'll benefit from those videos, okay? Daisy Chana, what's the significance of the white cap and the red cap? The significance is that in these in-between seasons, the significance is that covers the ears beautifully, back of the neck, half, and just keeps my head nice and warm in these not cold seasons, Daisy. That's the significance of them, if you need any significance, yeah. The West dominating right. Yeah, if you want to look at the symbology of it, that could be right, the West dominating Russia. Oh, CJ, the Pahadi language is very sweet. Your Kumani, Garhwali languages are amongst the sweetest tongues, the sweetest languages on the planet, believe me. Zarathustra, it's a Polish cap, Polish, but not very polished. Ha ha ha. never mind. All right, now. Getting into more serious subjects. CJ Singer. Today, CJ Singer, I'm answering your unmessaged question. I had a great meal here again now in the Darwin View Tower here. I'll be moving in here on Wednesday, more comfortable, and only cost me $2 more a day for the room. A total of 700 Nepali rupees a night for the room. That's right. And rupees means about 420 Indian rupees, yeah? 1 Indian rupee means 1.6 Nepali rupees. 1,000 Indian rupees means 1,600 Nepali rupees, 1 to 6. Yeah, the red cap is closer to my skin colour, isn't it? That's right. Now, CJ Singer, getting into more serious subjects. I had today, because, you see, I don't eat at night. Since many decades, I just don't eat at night. I like to rest my system completely after 4 p.m. I drink a lot of water, and sometimes if millet biscuits are available and a cup of coffee, I'll have that supper time about 9:30. So I must have a big, solid, tasty, enjoyable lunch. And finally, in the last few days, I've got some good fine-tuning arrangements now in 3 or 4 hotels. They cook me just what I need. Yep, just what I need. Not what I want, but what I need, which is more important, you know. Today I had a beautiful Nepali thali, CJ, from Uttarakhand. Some beautiful Karela, and some dry red chana, desi chana, dry ones, masala, rice, some nice thick, you can say Nepali mulka ki dal, Nepali. But the beans are very small, nice. I don't know, do you say in Hindi latpat, nice and thick and tasty. Rice and some radish salad, safed mula ki salad, and some 2 other vegetables. One nice and spicy like aloo matar, potato and peas like that. Thanks, Rakshit. Rakshit, yes, you have seen. The man is back. The man, I don't need to say the great man, because Zara doesn't consider himself great at all. He's just one of us, just with a different attitude, different mindset and different heart set. The man himself is back, Rakshit, with a capital Z. I'll say the name very quietly. Zarathustra. For anybody who's familiar with Zoroastrianism, you people, everybody knows about Zoroastrianism from Iran, Persia. Then he's a direct representative of the ancient ideology of Zoroastrianism, represented by Zarathustra, a real historical figure from, I don't know, maybe 2,000 years ago. Now. Yes, Daisy, I'll be moving on Wednesday, the 12th of August. And I'll be much more comfortable there. And the only thing I'll be losing is that because I will no longer be living with Muna Sherpa, she said to me, David, don't mind, I am busy, but now, David, that from the 12th you'll no longer be living with me in our homestay, don't mind, but I just can't cook the usual breakfast. It's like you call in Hindi, I suppose, ragi or makai ki halwa, drunk with milk and sugar. And so I've got an arrangement here I have to make sure of a good solid breakfast and late lunch because I don't eat at night. They're going to cook for me here. I'll supply the flour, I'll supply the atta, millet and wheat flour, and they'll cook 3 or 4 nice thick paratha on the hot plate and a nice big glass of pure milk. That's right. Thanks for that message, Rakshid. And you see that Zara's back, don't you? That's right, yeah. Comment if you like. Comment if you like. Daisy says, David, road conditions are pathetic inside Alwa and Sariska. Haryana roads, 500% better roads. Wow. Does that mean that in Alwa and Sariska that the places are a sort of semi-remote and have suffered from not getting enough funds for building roads, or is there a question about the big C word in that part of India, the big C word? We know what that is, don't we? C-O-R-R. T-I-O-N. What is it? Is it just that the places are just less population, no need for good roads, or what is it? Zara, that tune is called Nagila, isn't it? The film was called Nagila. Daisy, Sariska's total jungle area, road conditions are not good. Probably because it's a sort of semi-remote area, yeah? And the government thought, well, why spend money where fewer people will be using the roads? That's probably the answer, is it? Forget the big C word. The rain has eased off at the moment. Wow. Daisy Chana says, but the Mumbai Expressway is above international standards. I can believe it. I can believe it. I can believe it. Well, it's 8 o'clock in Nepal. The rain is just easing off, and they're starting to cook their evening meal here now. 2 hours from Gurgaon to Alwa. I see. That's in Rajasthan, is it? I see. Good. Daisy's saying hello to Rakshit. Shabash. Wow. Yes. Now, I've said a lot. I've said too much about Mera Apna Mora Sarabi Darpok Bab. I've said too much about my own dead, alcoholic, cowardly father. I've said too much about him. And now I'm going to tell you more about my mother remarried just before we left England. She remarried and it was a much happier, much more successful, fruitful marriage. And so much so, I very quickly forgot that my stepfather, whose name was James Langstone, James Langstone was my stepfather's name. We moved quickly to Australia. He was such a lovely man that I quickly forgot that he was my stepfather. Can you believe, from the 11 and a half, I quickly forgot that he was my stepfather, not my real father. Such a lovely human being. And I'll tell you more about him now and then, okay? Daisy, have you eaten kachori with curry? Very famous of Sariska. Daisy, we had this we've had this talk before many times. You please clear my mind, but let me say first, the Pahadi kachori ki roti is traditionally cooked smaller, two pieces, two smaller roti together, cooked on a fire, cooked on a wood fire, where you really can only cook original kachori ki roti on a wood fire, right? And they put bean paste in, traditionally mountain soya bean paste inside. They put together, press together, seal it, and cook it on the wood fire, right? Also, they use they cook. But you please tell me, what is your kachori ki roti down on the plains there? Or they cook Pahari gahot ki dal you call down there, but you only eat in winter time maybe. Kulti ki dal, very heating. They can put that in the kachori ki roti like a bean paste, or mas ki dal, urat ki dal, yeah? What down on the plains is your kachori ki roti, Daisy? And you can put onions and peas, anything you like here. So kachori ki roti will vary depending on which region you are in India, yeah? In the West, kachori can directly translate as jaffle. Jaffle. It's very popular in Western countries. We've got a little device. It looks like this, right? You can see that, yeah? With long handle. You can cook on gas, fire, as you like. And you've got your two pieces of bread, hopefully real bread, not this white Maida bread, not the number 3 quality white Maida bread, but real wholemeal bread, like brown bread, black bread. You put whatever you like inside, whatever you like. Put it in, clamp it off, and the little device keeps it tight. You can put oil, butter in there, and you just tighten the device, and you hold the handle, and that's called jaffle. I'm going to cook some jaffles tonight, just as you say kachori. Direct translation. What you put inside, well, those ingredients are unlimited, you know. Jaffle, Jaffle. Very popular in Western countries, very popular. And all the flavour is sealed in, right? Like kachori, yeah. And going outside of the traditional kachori ingredients, you can put whatever you like. That's right, eggs. Oh. Lassi? Yeah, I can believe that. So in Gurgaon you have both types, lentils and onion, served with potato sabji, sweet. Lovely. Yes, on old part down under. I can't talk about food at the moment because I had an excellent meal today. Excellent. Onion peas inside. Yeah. I see the famous kachori of Sariska is with curry. Yes, beautiful. Wow, wow. Rakshit's asking, where is Sariska? Isn't it the same as Ranthambore? Yes, Daisy, prices are very budget friendly in Gurgaon. Prices are very budget friendly in Gurgaon. Yes, yes. I suppose because you're touring, Daisy, oh, excuse me playing with that. Ah, that's it. Good, good, good. Ranthambore is near Sawai Madhopur. I don't know those places. Don't know those places. I see Daisy Kabuli Chana. Yes, on Olpat, Daisy Chana is like a red gram bean. I can't remember. Do you have that in Australia? Grams? Oh, we had this discussion before, didn't we, Pat? That's right. Red grams. I usually translate Hindi chana into gram in English, gram. The red one, and also on Olpat. Sometimes you notice I call Desi chana Kabuli chana. Kabuli chana translates as chickpeas, chickpeas. And listen on Olpat. For the first time ever, I learned from Desi chana that chickpeas can be cooked with milk. And I believe you could eat with other savoury foods, or you could cook the chickpeas cooked in milk as a sweet dish. Yeah. All right, Daisy, thanks for coming, and I think you're having your meal, are you? Enjoy it, enjoy it. And maybe at night times, Daisy, you'll hear a few animals making noises at night there in the forest. I see, Nightingale. This is probably more an Indianized English use of the word gram, G-R-A-M. More an Indianized English word gram. Chickpeas, you know, the Middle Eastern hummus dish. That's right, chickpeas are good for salads. They're also popular here just in the vegetarian dish. The chickpeas are popular over here in the vegetarian dish, like with vegetables, soup, and salad. That's right, that's right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Zarathustra. Zara from Mumbai seems to be having a break at the moment. I hope to be here. I hope to be here another hour. I think they'll be starting to eat their meal at 9 o'clock. So I hope to be here for one more hour. Yeah, chickpeas, I think, Kabuli chana are one of the highest sources of protein in the bean, on the bean list. Yes, I think so. Yeah. Yes, on old Put, my lovely, lovely stepfather, who I considered equal to my original father. He liked a little drink. One time a week, Saturday night, he'd go after work. He used to work hard in our garden and, and help mum around the house. And before he married my mum, he said to my mum, he said, look, I tell you, I like a little drink, a little medium-sized drink, one time a week. This is a true story. I like a medium-sized drink one time a week, but I will always come back from the club, the drinking club, in one piece. I may be very, very happy, but I'll always come back in one piece. I'll never fall over. I'll never get angry. I'll never be too drunk. You will see. And he kept his word. He was always a responsible drinker. Every Saturday night, he used to go down to the club, have a few beers, have a meal down there, and just enjoy himself. The club was about 10 or 12 minutes walk from our house, right? We lived outside Sydney, alongside the ocean. And in all those years, he kept his word. Only one time he didn't come back on time. He didn't come back on time from the club. And Mum said, oh, it's a special day for Dad tonight. I can't remember, some relative's birthday or something. So, David, go back, just stay on the main road. And it was a quiet place, not much traffic. Go down with the torch, David. Just stay on the road, and I'm sure you'll find Dad there just sitting on the side of the road. And there he was. I went there 5 minutes walk, and he was lying on the side of the road, just on the side of the road safely on the grass. On his left side, a big smile on his face. He was still conscious, a big smile. And he said, David, I had a couple of beers more tonight because of some relative's birthday or something. And so don't mind. So I helped him. Then I was about 14. I was getting stronger. So he supported himself on my shoulder, and I took him back home. And that was the only time in many years that after his weekly drink, he never arrived back home on his own. Only one time. He was a very, very responsible drinker. Yes, I hope you enjoyed that on old Putt from Queensland there. You asked me to talk more about my lovely stepfather. Yeah. Nightingale. Couldn't he have a drink at home with your mum? Well, my mum didn't drink. The kids didn't drink. How many reasons will I give you? Mum didn't drink. He didn't like to drink in front of we kids. He had a few friends in the club. He had a meal down there every Saturday night with his friends. They had a TV there where he used to watch weekly football match from England. Had some friends there, felt comfortable there with his friends one time a week. Are you happy with that? Oh yes, just listen again to the message I just gave you, Pat. Just listen again to the 5 or 6 reasons why he used to drink down at the club. Oh, And in summertime, they had air conditioning here. We didn't have air conditioning in the home. You happy with that? Ah, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, my lovely stepfather, he loved his gardening. He loved his gardening, but he always used to say, David, because that's Australia, you see, in those days, David, if you ever do any gardening, especially in summertime, and summertime when it's raining, put on gloves, because there will sometimes be, there's a dangerous spider in Australia called the funnel web spider, funnel web. They make a web like the shape of a funnel, like a tube, you know? And he used to say, if you ever do gardening, David, put on some thick gloves so that you don't get bitten by a funnel web spider. They can make you very, very sick. And sometimes we'd have problem with snakes, you know? We do have a couple of the world's top 20 most dangerous snakes. Down under, can you tell us what are those 2 varieties of snakes in Australia which are on the top 20 most deadly snakes? One is the brown snake. I don't think there's one cobra in Australia, is there? Not native to Australia. Brown snake, and what's the other snake? Daisy Chana. David, have you ever been to child rehabilitation correction homes? No. Why? Why do you ask that, Daisy? Have I ever been to child rehabilitation correction homes? Why do you ask that? Nightingale, it's the sharing time with his lovely wife. Ah. Let's just see, is it still raining or just lightly raining out there? Oh, excuse me for 1 minute, huh? Yes, it is, but it's only lightly raining at the moment. Lightly raining. There's very little wind, so at the moment the rain, it's quiet and it's stable, you know. CJ Singer. Yeah, when I used to watch a lot of movies, but I gave up watching movies, I don't know, 20 years ago I probably stopped, you know. Nightingale from Australia says snakes in Australia mostly are poisonous. Oh, that's interesting. There is the brown snake in the world's top 20 most dangerous snakes. It can kill a person. Yeah, I don't think that cobras are native to Australia. I never heard that. Are any of you people familiar with the Tasmanian tiger? The Tasmanian tiger, maybe Onol Putt can tell us more about it, because I left Australia 23 years ago. The Tasmanian tiger is a dog, a type of wild dog, which apparently totally disappeared many years ago and then reappeared a number of years ago. But I think it was called Tasmanian tiger. Maybe it had some stripes on the body. Is that right? Down under, is that right? Had some stripes on the body, but definitely not a tiger, just the name. Yes, please, anybody, everybody, if you're liking the channel, please tap 2 times on the screen to like this live stream, okay? Good. And I have in recent weeks more videos are on my, which I produce myself, of course. Videos are available on this channel. Some of which I are a little bit rough, but we're going to correct that after some time. Nightingale from Australia is not very familiar about the Tasmanian tiger, which is a wild dog. CJ Singer says, from northern India, in our holy books, it's mentioned a snake called the Vasuki Nag, which was 30 to 50 feet long. Wow. There are some snakes in Africa and South America, especially the Amazon jungle, CJ, like, like you say in Indian language, ajagar, like a type of small python. These ones are huge pythons, 20, 25 feet long. Have you heard about the anacondas in South America? They strangle, they're very big and thick and very, very powerful, and they go around the target animal, even humans sometimes. They go around the neck and they very tight, and they strangle their victims to death, Yes. Oh, wow. There is a beautiful snake called a tree snake. I've seen a tree snake like a green colour, light green colour. I think it's called a tree snake. It likes to live in trees. Beautiful green colour I've seen in a number of countries, including Australia. Yeah, tree snake, green colour, very beautiful. All right. Yeah, tree snake, green. I think not poisonous. Yeah. Well, I think people, the live stream has gone quiet at the moment. I think people must be having their evening meal, yeah? JC Chana's back saying that the Vasuki Nag was extinct, yeah. One of the world's most dangerous, top 5 most deadly snakes is found in Africa, the mamba snake. They're different colours, I think. Mamba snake, M-A-M-B-A, very, very deadly, very deadly. Equally dangerous like the cobra, I think. Yeah, mamba. There's another one of the top 10 most dangerous, called krait, K-R-A-I-T, K-R-A-I-T, krait snake. But I'm not sure where the name originates, whether it's an Asian name, Krait, K-R-A-I-T, found in India, for example. Dacey's asking CJ Singer, which holy book are you referring to about the Vasuki Naga? Yes, I think there's nightingale, the green tree snake is found around the world. Yeah, tree snake, not poisonous, that's right. CJ says, I starry snake and serpent. I don't know that one. I saw a video a couple of years ago from Thailand. Apparently in some places in Thailand, they play with cobras. They play with cobras who still have the poison in their body. They play with them. It's like a hobby for some people. I saw a video, maybe it's still on YouTube. I saw a video of a man. He had dozens and dozens and dozens of black cobras in one room. He was walking amongst them, and he was not getting attacked by one cobra. Yeah, there were dozens and dozens of cobras in this one room in Thailand. I could not believe it. Oh, I have seen Itcha from Nagin, I see. Desi Chana. There's also a killer bee, you know, bee madhumaki, a killer bee. If it stings you, it can kill a person. It can kill a person. They're not so common, but they do exist. Killer bee, B-E-E. Yeah. Wow. CJ Singer says he saw this story about the Vasuki Nag in the Mahabharat. But Daisy says no, Mahabharat is not a holy book. I feel we may finish early tonight, this live stream. It's a little bit quiet, isn't it? Saturday night, a little bit quiet tonight. Zara, are you still there? Are you looking and listening and doing some other things at the same time? CJ Singer says, there is a mention of Maharashtra in the sacred Bhagavad Gita, in which Suki Nag was cursed. You can check. I saw some mention sometimes of the two-mouthed snake, Dweemuk or something. Dweemuk snake can have two mouths. Is that possible? Daisy says to CJ, "You're an expert Hindu." Well, that was. I'm thinking of finishing now because the rain's not heavy at the moment. Singer Daisy Chana just said to CJ Singer, "You are an expert Hindu." And CJ said, "Daisy, I don't know whether you're praising me or something else." Let's have a look if it's rainy or not. No, I don't use an umbrella. In the past, I have lost so many umbrellas, CJ. I lost so many umbrellas. So many. So I don't use an umbrella. I have complete full rain protection. I have a Gore-Tex waterproof jacket, very old, but good enough for 30-40 minutes in the rain, reaching to the middle. And then I wear chappal. In the summer, in the rainy season, I only wear chappal, sandals, you know. And then I have some plastic covering from the bottom part of my body, plastic. I wear like a lungi, you know. Raincoat, medium size with a hood. Yeah, currently, next time I go to Kathmandu in 2 months, I'm getting like a poncho style raincoat getting made for me at the moment for the first time, yeah. That will cover complete body, one piece poncho, covering the head, full arms and down to the feet, you know. Daisy Chana says he has a very poor understanding of Hinduism. Daisy says he has a very poor understanding of Hinduism. Here, CJ, I'm getting a nice, completely waterproof, first-class waterproof material. That's right, very, very useful. You just put it on one time on the body, like that. Full sleeves, button-up sleeves. You can tighten the hood, and it's very baggy, and even it can cover my small day pack. My small day pack can sit under the poncho, and he's preparing for me for 1,000 Indian rupees. Very, very good value. Very good value. Original waterproof. And easy to wear, you know. He is, I know him since several years. His name's Raj Kumar in central Kathmandu. He makes his own sleeping bags. He makes sleeping bags, first-class sleeping bags for local people and for foreigners. He supplies down jackets, you know, feather jackets for trekkers or cold season, waterproof gear. He repairs the zippers of down jackets, sleeping bags. He did this one. Daisy's using some poetry here. Daisy Jana says, I swim in the ocean of unconsciousness, little understanding of religion. I swim in the ocean of unconsciousness, little understanding of religion. You're a lucky, lucky person, Daisy. A lucky person. Very lucky. Very lucky. I'm getting ready to go because it's raining very, very lightly at the moment, just drizzling. You know, drizzling? Rim Jim?
Oh, sir. Good night.
Ah, good. I'm getting ready to go now.
Okay.
Good, good. Thank you. Yeah, this is a famous Gore-Tex jacket, but it's old now. I brought this from Australia 24 years ago. Kathmandu brand, from Australia. Kathmandu brand, from Australia. So it was a very quiet Saturday night tonight, very quiet live stream Saturday night, but I enjoyed it, and We had the witness of, we had the return of Zarathustra, which was interesting for about minutes. That was very nice, yes. Ah, Nightingale from Down Under, namaste, thank you, thanks for coming again and your great, great support, you know. Ah, Daisy's giving some philosophy here, David. No soul is luckier than another. No soul is luckier than another. Each one is a copy of the other and supreme. Only the perceptions are different. The perceptions different. Yeah, that's very nice. Acha. Acha ji. I use this bear bag. I carry my small day pack in the bear bag. It's raining only very lightly, but I've got a 7-minute walk and maybe it will start raining again, you know. So I can keep completely covered. And what else am I doing here? Let's have a look here. All right then, thanks everybody, thanks for coming tonight, and let's see about tomorrow night, okay? All right, let's see what happens. Thank you. Namaste to everybody. Thanks for your great, great support. Great support. Thank you. I love you all. Thank you.